like Ed.
Casual Friday at work.
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm a satellite network technician, a government contractor.
What do you normally have to wear?
Polo and khakis.
And today, you're wearing your Hawaiian shirt.
Yes.
I love it! Why do you have this in your closet?
Well, you're supposed to represent your favorite sports team, so I'm representing Miami Dolphins with my Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, I didn't even see the Dolphins, so I get it!
Ed, something tells me you have a lot of these shirts.
No, I actually have a Miami Hurricanes one, too. Can I have a sticker?
Yes, of course.
Not just the His Radio window sticker, Ed. We have free gas that you can win, too. So go over, spin the prize wheel. We're here at this parking lot, Bojangles, until 9 this morning. James Island, Folly Road, across from the circle.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning
on His Radio.
Okay, Chasta, what are you up to today?
Today I'm going to look at locations for my daughter's senior pictures.
Tell me about your daughter, because it always has to, because I remember taking a picture with a Cabbage Patch Kid. You know what I'm saying? So what is hers going to look like? What's her name?
Her name is Leah Colbert. She has a twin brother, Casey Colbert. Seniors at Midway High School.
Brenda, what is it for you when you get off today on your early Friday?
I'm going to run a few errands, but I do have a couple of friends that I met, a couple of new people I met a couple of weeks ago I thought to check in on.
Why do you have to check in on them?
Well, one's has some health issues, and I would like to check in on him. And then his neighbor, who I just happened to meet through him, is an elderly lady. So I had thought about maybe spending a few minutes with each one of them and just checking out.
Brenda, you have a great heart. I so love that. And thank you for stopping by. Go on over there, spin the prize wheel. Want to make sure you win some free gas this morning. It is Rob and Liz, James Island, here until 9 o'clock, giving away the free gas in the parking lot of Bojangles. That's on Folly Road, right across from the...
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His Radio.
A lot of people are stopping by just to say hi. And I have to say, this is such a beautiful dog. Tell me about him.
It was supposed to be a service dog.
Yeah.
And she liked running and chasing things, so she couldn't be a service dog. And the lady who owned her had a little tub, and it had like a little surfboard on there. So she got up on it and she started just standing there. And one of her things was to surf with kids with disabilities or adults with disabilities. And then her other thing was to work with people, the service members with PTSD.
So is that your dog?
No.
This is just a dog you know?
I found online. It was, and I've been following her probably for 7 years now.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to help a lot of people with this service dog.
Rob and Liz in the morning
on His Radio.
Pastor Tim is along with us. Pastor Tim is involved in a homeless ministry. You say it started out of your own recovery. How so?
Got into a good church that felt God calling on them to get me into seminary school, and so I ended up going and getting a degree at All Nations Bible College.
No way.
In theology, and just felt God lead me to stay here and help others. And by October 8th this year, I will be finishing my master's degree in theology.
Good for you.
So only through Christ.
You're in the streets. Did you ever dream that this?
Never thought this. My background, my past, I would have never thought I'd care about anybody else but myself.
Good night.
Tim, how long were you in that addiction? How long?
About 6 years. And after a 6-year stint in prison, giving my life to Christ in prison, coming out, getting back into the norm of streets again, just kind of walked away from God. But when I really surrendered it to Him in recovery, God took all that away from me and gave me a new life, a new heart, and a new way of life.
I got to ask how you came to Christ in prison. How did that come about?
Well, what we call it's jailhouse religion. You know, we got to have some hope, something to believe in, and that sounded feasible at the time, but really no good intent in the heart, just in the mind. So, but once I got out here and I found the only way I was going to have a life was to get the hope and the grace of Jesus Christ. So I surrendered it all to Him and got footed in the church and planted. And to this day, we've gotten over 230 people off the streets and into recovery and back to being a productive member of society.
That's amazing. Oh, Pastor Tim, love you, man. I'm so glad you stopped by.
Man, just felt to see it and wanted to stop and say hi.
I'm glad you did. You're such an inspiration, Pastor Tim. Step over there. Go win some free gas. Want you to win some free gas for your ministry. It is Rob and Liz in the morning. We're at the Bojangles parking lot, Folly Road, James Island, across from the Circle K. Here until 9 this morning.
Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Right now, Jody's with us. Jody, what do you do?
Work in the HOA office.
What is working for HOA like?
Okay, so like a homeowners association.
Mm-hmm. What's it like for you?
Depends on the day. I have to depend on Jesus a lot.
You do. With all the people calling you?
Yes.
Yeah. And they're always happy.
Oh, yeah, very. Very happy. No sarcasm in that at all.
How do you deal with some of the people that are complaining? Because it seems like that's the only time somebody calls an HOA.
Well, I'm a people person, but I will tell you, just growing up in church and spreading the love of Jesus, I've had people to say, you are just, how do you do it? But if I have those bad days, I just say a prayer and go on.
That's so good.
That's all I can do.
That's all you
But there are good days too. I mean, we have a lot of good people too, but you can never, if you make much of Jesus, he'll make much of you. So I just feel like, you don't have to, like, I'm going to say push. I don't want to say push, but push Jesus, but just be you. And people will be like, you're so happy. You're so, and so I feel like that's the way you win people to the Lord.
Good for you. What's up with your summer?
Summer, our daughter just left. We have a 2-year-old grandbaby. So I'm trying to recoup that. And you got some grandbabies.
Exactly. And you
twins coming.
Yes.
So that was an experience. They live in North Carolina. So wonderful. Wonderful.
So good to meet you, Jody.
You too. I'm so excited.
Oh, Jody, you are a spitfire, let me tell you. Go over, spin the prize wheel, and get some free gas. We are here at the Bojangles parking lot until 9 this morning. James Island, Folly Road, across from the Circle K.
Rob and Liz in the morning.
On His Radio.
Okay, Rebecca's here with her kids on the way to school. What's the plans for the weekend?
We are about to head to Carolina Beach for a last hurrah of summer. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so what are the plans for the beach?
We're going with some friends, just going to hang out, but we're going to Carolina Beach. We're going to hit Fritz Donuts and just have fun.
Awesome. Do you play any road trip games while you're...
We do the ABC game where you look at license plates and you have to find every letter on the license plate,
Who's the better player?
Probably this one. My daughter.
What's your name? Kara.
What are you going to do that's going to pass the time while you're in the car?
I have a, what's it called on my thing that I use, and I try to pick up the signal. What is that called?
Oh, he has a little MP3 player.
And I try to pick up his radio on it so I can listen.
He matches the station number in the car.
Okay, and you gotta be big sister, right?
Find all the letters and numbers before she does. Okay,
awesome.
Thank you.
So go over, spin the prize wheel. Let's see if we can get you some free gas to win for your trip to the beach this weekend. It's Rob and Liz. We're in the parking lot of Bojangles, Folly Road, until 9 this morning, giving away free gas right across from the Circle K.
Rob and Liz in the morning.
On His radio.
We are hanging out in the Bojangles parking lot on James Island, Folly Road, right across from the Circle K, here until 9 this morning. And we're hanging out with Teresa, who will tell you everything she's learned. She's learned from her mama.
Right across from she's a very sweet lady, and everybody loves her. Very sweet, and just caring, and love to give.
Yeah.
And she's a Christian lady too. She always was a giver. Always show love. She was a giver, and she just show love, and she just love to give. Give love.
So these earrings are just awesome. It's the cross, and then there's like a leather piece behind it.
Yes.
Where'd you get those?
Oh, co-worker.
She makes them?
No, she just bought it for me. She saw it and she said, "Oh, I think they'll look pretty for her." And she bought them for herself, but she just something to her, just give them to me.
Now I'm thinking Teresa, Mama Liz wants a pair of those earrings, right? We are in the parking lot of Bojangles, James Island on Folly Road across from the Circle K, here until 9 this morning.